Hello, you are listening to On the Topic. And this week, I've just given Alex a powerful truth potion, Veritaserum. I'm Dan.
Oh, be careful. And I solemnly swear I am up to no good. I'm Alex. And this week, we are going to be destroying another beloved IP. Aren't we, Dan?
We are. But before we kick things off, Alex, if you are listening to this,
I like this,
and you like what we're doing, you should definitely hit that subscribe button and create an Unbreakable Vow with your favourite duo from the South Coast.
We see what he's done there.
Boom.
Hit the subscribe button, notification bell. Leave a like, a comment. Hopefully 5 stars. Any of those things, across all the platforms. We'll give you all of them at the end of the episode. But yeah, it's a good shout, Dan. Please subscribe.
Yes, please do.
Potter plot holes.
After a bit of feedback, I believe it was OTT 69, which was film plot holes.
Yep.
And OTT 80, which was TV plot holes.
Always good.
We got a bit of feedback that we didn't do enough to debunk some of our plot holes.
Did we not?
No. This was on TikTok when I actually can be bothered to upload something to it. So, I
mean, I think that's fair, right? Because we often do say, this is what doesn't really make sense. But actually, there's a counter-argument sometimes. Not always, sometimes. I mean, we're talking about fiction most of the time. So it's just a convenience, a plot convenience. Hence why I'm talking about plot holes. But yeah, I think it's fair that we should probably offer the alternative view. So we're going to try our best to uphold that this time, won't we, Dan?
We will.
Yeah.
We will.
But I saw this a couple of weeks ago and I thought, actually, this really seems up our street, right? We both love Harry Potter. There's a link in on Spotify that you'll see if you scroll down. That's it. Is our favourite Potter moments.
Yes.
It's on YouTube. There's a link below. We really enjoyed that episode. Actually, when is it? Before this episode? After this episode?
It will be after this one.
Yeah. So next episode we've actually got that in one of our vaults. It took 3 hours to record. It was a fantastic conversation with Vicky in the literal studio. I think it's like an hour and 50 in the end, the edit of the cut. Not all of it made it. I probably should do a volume 2 and like do the other cut.
Yeah. Good conversation.
Really good.
Very, very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
On the red wine again.
But we haven't managed to kind of revisit Harry Potter in any kind of meaningful way since. So we were long overdue because that was in 2019, I want to say.
Yeah. It's been a hot minute since we've done a Harry Potter episode. When was that? 2019? 6 years ago?
Yeah.
Jesus.
So this is well overdue. We are going to do our best to run through all the various different examples that we can think of, and there have been loads more. Would really value, obviously, you guys letting us know what perhaps we've missed or some of the favourite ones that you often think about. But yeah, we're going to dive in and we're going to talk about some of our known Potter plot holes.
Oh boy.
Should we get into it?
Let's do it. Want me to kick this one off?
Could do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Fred and George Weasley possessed the Marauders map for years before giving it to Harry. The map shows the location of everyone in Hogwarts, yet they never noticed that their brother Ron, this sounds really dodgy, was sleeping in the same room as Peter Pettigrew every night. That damn rat was an actual human.
Now, that has always bothered me because of that film. So in Azkaban, right? If you're not familiar with the guys, it's effectively what Dan mentioned. So the Weasley twins, Fred and George, have this old parchment. I think they found it or something, or they were given it like from shady character or something in Hogsmeade, I think. And effectively, it's a map of Hogwarts and shows you all of these secret passages and where people are by footsteps in real time. Effectively, everyone's low-jacked, and it gives their name floating above the footprint, so you know exactly who it is, where they are at any given stage. And they use it in the film to is it to avoid Snape, I think, and other things?
Yeah.
Much to comedic effect. And sure enough, Harry notices the name Peter Pettigrew, doesn't he? As is on the map. And there's a particular scene, he's in the dark at night, and he's wandering the halls because he sees his name. And it's like coming towards him, picks up the pace, and suddenly He turns around and there's Snape.
He's not there.
He's not there. So it'd be interesting to know how we can debunk this one, because it's not as though the name doesn't crop up in the film, because it does. It clearly works. So why did the brothers not pick up that there's a bloke sleeping in the boys' dorm in a dorm room?
Well, apparently he couldn't be seen because he was one of the creators of the map. I think there's more lore in the book than there were in the films. It's more well explained in the books.
Yeah.
So when Lupin came into possession of the map, he actually lifted the enchantment.
Is that a fact, or are you just assuming?
No,
it's a thing.
It is a thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before Lupin got his hands and obviously recognised the map, Pettigrew wasn't noticed, wasn't on there. He was hidden because he's one of the co-authors.
He was one of the co-authors of the map.
How convenient. Got a question for you.
Yes.
If you had a Marauders map, who would you want? Where would it be of, and who would you want to follow or avoid as a result to be able to see them?
Oh, that is a good question. I mean, I think I'd want it when I was young, back at secondary school.
Oh, that's a good shout.
And then I could essentially bunk off classes and know who was looking for me. What teachers out and about in the corridors.
Where your crush would be.
Yeah.
In a non-perfect way, guys. Like, let's not go there. I'm just saying, maybe you just want to have a chance encounter in the corridors, or perhaps, move your friendship group closer. Get your mind out the gutter. I'm just saying.
We're just kids. We were just kids.
We were just kids. You might want to do that, or perhaps you lose track of some of your friends and you want to see where they are.
Yeah.
Maybe. That's a good shout.
What would you do?
Yeah, I can't think of any other non-nefarious ways. It has to be as a child, and probably has to be at school, which I know is a get out, an easy get out clause because it is basic school. But I think that's what's also troublesome about the Marauders map, because if it's used in any other scenario, it's really weird. If you think about it, as an adult, and you've got that, you'd be like, you're perving on someone. You are following someone without their knowledge. You're stalking them. That's the word.
It's problematic. Yeah, it's problematic.
So I think if I said anything other than what you said, I think we would be in some hot water. I don't think there's ever a good scenario as an adult in the Muggle world where we could use this and not be in trouble.
No. I think it'd be boring if you had one of your workplace as well. Like where I work
in a maze.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what my purposes would be to use it in a work environment. I think it would just be boring. It would be so dull.
I agree. Not because your workplace, I don't think you'd use it in the workplace. The only other scenario that could be helpful is if you're playing hide and seek. But then you're always going to find them, aren't you? Kind of takes fun out of it.
Exactly.
So, no, I think as a child, I think it's the perfect tool to get up to no good.
But I say when I was diving into trying to debunk some of these, there were people going, someone clearly didn't read the books.
It has been a hot minute.
Yeah, exactly. Where were you when you first read the books?
Trying to think. At home at first, and then I finished a couple of books when I was travelling in Australia and New Zealand, and then finished off the final two when I got back from travelling. I got into them because I think the final book's being released, and my housemate had got it, and I didn't see him for 4 days.
Oh.
He locked himself in his room and basically just came out to eat, drink, went back into his room, just read. And it's quite a big book, the last book, I seem to recall. And
that was massive.
Yeah, and he finished it, and he was like, yeah, it's amazing. I was like, what is this Harry Potter? I mean, that must be, 22, 23? I was like, what is this Harry Potter all about? I've seen the films, but I didn't, by this point, I mean, there's like 3 out, I think, maybe 4.
Yeah.
There wasn't that many. I was like, I might as well start reading. I started reading, of course, the first 2, you whiz through because they're like a couple of 100 pages long.
Yeah.
They're nothing.
Yeah.
And then I read those, thought I really liked it, and my wife, my girlfriend at the time, she had taken a couple of books with her. I think she read it when she was in some of the hostels, and she couldn't get hold of the latest one. So I was like, okay, well, I'll take it out for her. I'll read it first, and I'll leave it for her so that if she decides to hand it on to at hostels, it's down. You leave books, you pick up books, and you do an exchange. If she wanted to exchange it with someone, she could do. So I read it first. I think that was I think it was Goblet actually, and then gave it to her, and then she read it when I came home. So it's roughly around that 2002, 2003 period.
I did the same with his Dark Materials when I went travelling. I think I bought the first book at Heathrow and I left it somewhere in China. Picked up the second book in New Zealand and that got left in a hostel somewhere. And then I picked up the third book before I left Hong Kong and that got left in Vietnam. So they're all scattered across somewhere in Southeast Asia.
But to think it might still be in those hostels or someone's taken it somewhere else in the world. I think that's quite awesome, no? To think that it could be somewhere in someone's collection and they're going, I picked this book up when I was travelling and it was Dan's.
It's really cool. But I mean, I picked up Harry Potter when I was 22. My girlfriend at the time had brought along the first two books when we went on holiday to Mexico. And obviously smashed through them quite quickly. So they're small books. Got home, started to borrow the other books from her, and then I think I bought Order of the Phoenix. But yeah, anyway, I digress. And by the time I'd finished the 6 books, the last one had just come out, and that was 2007. I know it was 2007 because I was still working at Tesco and people were going mad for it.
Yeah.
Loads of copies were coming through the cashiers that day.
Flew out the door.
What a time. What a time to be alive.
I know. Okay, next one up. I See Dead Animals.
The Thestrals.
Order the Phoenix. Thestrals are invisible to anyone who hasn't witnessed death. And I think this is a really clever plot mechanic because in the earlier films, of course, these carriages are seemingly enchanted. I mean, they are because they're magical beasts, but they're enchanted. They seem to be kind of towing themselves.
Yeah.
And you go, okay, cool. Well, we'll just go with it because other things float around in the castle and it could be ghosts, could be whatever. But you just go, yeah, fine. But it's not until obviously then the Order of the Phoenix you realise actually they're Thestrals. Thestrals are carrying these carriages with them.
Because Luna Lovegood can see them.
I think, her mother got killed, I think. But the question is, how come Harry can't see them until after seeing Cedric Diggory die in Goblet of Fire? Because he saw his mother die in front of him when he was a baby. Famously so. In fact, that's all he's known for, is surviving the baby who survived. The attack by Voldemort. He saw his parents die in front of him, protecting him as a baby. And obviously then when Voldemort tried to kill him, the kind of curse came back, and etc., etc. So, how come he can't always have seen Thestrals since he was a wee baby?
The only logical answer I could come up with was, would he have been too young to comprehend, to know that his parents had died in front of him?
So there's an element of comprehension versus actually seeing it. Yeah, maybe.
That's the only logical answer I could come up with.
So he's seen it, but doesn't really understand what he's seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could work. I mean, we're talking about fictional, made up, make-believe. No offense, people, but it is.
Magic.
So that's a good, because science. I mean, it's not science, it's literally magic.
It's magic, yeah.
But yeah, I think it's a really interesting one because I think it's fair, and I never really contemplated that one until very recently doing this episode. I thought, actually, he's actually seen a lot of death even before he goes to live with the Muggles and then goes on to school. So, but again, it's a great kind of plot device because had we been on the know, then the carriages would be towed by these weird looking skeletal horses with wings.
Yeah.
So that kind of wouldn't make sense. So actually, I'm not sure whether J.K. planned it that way, and maybe she did. Maybe it was happenstance. But either way, I think it kind of works out the way it does. Albeit, I'm still not wholly convinced by your very generous resolution. But I don't have a better answer. But yeah, Order of the Phoenix and Thestrals, bit weird.
Yeah, agreed. Next up, sports related. The Golden Snitch is worth 150 points and ends the game when caught. This rule makes the efforts of the other players who score only 10 points per goal almost entirely irrelevant to the game's outcome.
I kind of have to agree, and I've always wondered this. I think the only way you should continue playing the game is if you haven't got very good seekers, or for whatever reason the snitch is very elusive. Otherwise, yeah, just sit back and relax. Why worry? Because eventually your seeker will get it, and then the game will stop automatically, and it's game over. It's like golden goals time.
Yeah.
So it really makes the game pointless if you think about it.
Well, the game's... Because, I mean, football or soccer, for our American friends, it's 90 minutes.
Yes. I think there was a time limit to...
Oh, there was.
I think there is for Quidditch. And there's some suggestion... He's going to Google it now. I think maybe you should, because we'll get angry emails. Whilst you're doing that, there's... I think it's in... Oh, where's the Dementors? What film is that in? That is in Prisoner.
Yeah.
So they're playing a game of Quidditch, and Harry is in the clouds and he's getting pissed on with rain. And it's cold, and it looks like he's been playing for a very long time. And he's trying his best to try and find the snitch. And then out of the clouds then comes these demonic, ghostly forms that ends up trying to suck his soul out of his mouth, etc., etc. But that already insinuates that he's been playing for a long time, he's soaked to the bone. So I assume it goes on for quite a while.
It says here, Quidditch matches have no set time limit and only end when the Golden Snitch is caught by a seeker or if both captains agree to stop. While many matches last around an hour, they can technically last for days or even months.
No.
The shortest match on record lasted just 3.5 seconds.
That seems bonkers then. Like, why make any effort apart from just getting a bit of a run out on your broom? If it always comes down to the snitch, why bother?
Yeah, quite.
And actually, why don't you just spot? Don't play and spot, and then tell your seeker. Because if the loophole is, well, there isn't a loophole. You can only have one seeker at any one time. I.e., you couldn't just say, Dan, do us a favour. Like, come with me and we'll go and get it. We'll corner it. If you can't do that because you've got to be active on the field, again, we'll talk about a fictitious game. But anyway, let's play the game. Surely you'd have the bodger in your hand. Is it bodger? I think it's the bat thing.
Yeah.
And you'd pretend to be engaged in the game, but really you'd be looking out and then pointing to the to your teammates, the seekers try and find it. Why make any effort to really engage in the game? It's going to be all over with capturing the snitch. Doesn't make sense to me.
No, I mean, when I was trying to debunk this one, it says the books saw teams effortlessly score goals, so catching the snitch is useful in ending a game. Well, yeah, quite. But even if you've got free scoring teams, catching the snitch essentially wins you the game.
Yeah, it's game over. The game doesn't continue once you catch it. So the only way you could probably win is if you score more goals. I know this is obvious, by the way. This is Captain Obvious statement. But if you score more goals than your competitors and then they get the snitch, say for instance you score 16 goals, say.
160 points.
Correct. But they score none and they get the snitch. The game ends, but you win because you're 10 points up. So maybe there's your incentive then, talking myself around. Maybe you should try and score as many as you possibly can, because in that scenario, you could still win, and they shoot themselves in the foot because they're less even with 150.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you do it. Still, that sounds really exhausting.
Yeah.
I don't think. If you had to play a game of Quidditch, what would your role be?
I think I'd want to try and catch the snitch.
Yeah?
Yeah, I reckon I've got an eye for it.
I mean, you do wear glasses.
I do. I haven't got a scar on my head.
Not yet.
That I'm aware of.
But there might be a deranged bodger that comes after you.
Yeah, it just looks dangerous. People bashing balls around. And
Quaffle, that's the word.
Quaffle, yeah.
The quaffle.
They look dangerous.
They do. It's like a hexagonal sphere of death. Especially if they're hexed. I think I'd want to be a goalie.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
Because you can use your broom to bat it away. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Give you a bit of the that luck potion. Wow.
Felix
Ron,
Felicius?
Yeah. I don't think Ron had it in the end, though, did he?
No, you see, he wanted to give people the impression he had, but it's just good old-fashioned skill.
It was.
Good on him. It's a good lad. So, yeah. Quidditch is really pointless, but how's it? Sounds it down. So the next one, then. The truth will set you free. Or not, if you don't use Veritaserum. Goblet of Fire and Order of the Phoenix. It happens twice. Just 3 drops of this Veritaserum can help the drinker to spill secrets. It's often used for high-stakes interrogations, such as when Dumbledore interrogates Barty Crouch Jr. in the Goblet of Fire.
Of course, yeah.
There are limitations. It can be resisted by skilled individuals and doesn't reveal the absolute truth, only what the drinker believes to be true. So if you're told a lie but told that it's the truth, then you'll relay that information as though it's true because you think it's true, not that it actually is true. Now, while banned for regular use on students, it was used by Dolores Umbridge on Cho Chang in the Order of the Phoenix film. She's a bad one. Dolores, not Cho. Although Cho did admittedly then give up the after school club and the room of requirement.
Yep.
So it kind of did screw the pooch. Despite its power, it can be resisted through occlumency, antidotes, or charms. Now, with that in mind, Veritaserum is a powerful truth potion, yet is rarely used in the wizarding legal system. Its use could easily solve many cases, including the exoneration of Sirius Black and the identification of Death Eaters, making many plot points unnecessary. However, I guess if you're very skilled, then perhaps you can circumvent one. Or even, if you're not told the identity of your fellow Death Eaters, or you're given the wrong identity, they'll then say what they think is the truth, but in reality it's not the truth at all.
Exactly.
So there are ways around it. There are logical ways which you can circumvent and not be flabbergasted by this true serum. But ever since Order of the Phoenix, I think you do sit back and go, yeah, why would they not commonly use this? It does seem a bit odd.
It's a complicated potion to make as well. Only highly skilled potion makers dare to make it.
There's already a couple in Hogwarts, though. Surely they could just commission them on the side.
Didn't Harry make it? Or was that something else?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think he had a go at it.
This
oh
is
no,
where
so
we
it
need
rings a
Vicky.
bell in the book, doesn't he? I think he does, and doesn't he try and use it on some Slytherins? There might be something in it. It's been such a hot minute since I read the books.
I might go back and read them. I've got the box set at home.
Yeah, but I mean, even if there are ways around it, would you still not give it a go?
Sure.
Like go, well, what's there to lose? We've got loads of vials in the back. Chuck that down in there. Let's see what you say.
But
like,
does it become explosive if you do it wrong? Does it like blow up in your face? Does it blow up the room? Does it?
We're only giving it to perps, though. I mean, that's one less dark wizard to worry about, right?
True.
Justice serves itself, which is obviously not the way to go. We're bordering on dark themes here of justice. But yeah, I think it is an interesting one because even with those limitations, I still think you give it a go and see where it gets you.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's not widely used, I mean, it's not like, you know, an imperious curse or anything. Like, I can't see it's particularly frowned upon. They teach it to kids in school. So yeah, why wouldn't you use it? Even if it can be circumvented. It just, yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me.
No. But hey, it's complicated. Complicated to make. And, well, you've hit the nail on the head. What if you've been given some lies, but you think you're telling the truth, and actually the truth are lies?
All useless. Truth are lies.
Oof.
The lies are the truth.
Yeah.
Up is down.
Down is up.
That's fair to assume.
Unbreakable Vows. The Unbreakable Vow is a binding magical contract that kills the breaker. Now, Voldemort constantly fears betrayal from his Death Eaters. It's a major plot hole that Voldemort never forced his followers to make one to ensure their absolute loyalty.
It is weird. The Half-Blood Prince. Severus Snape makes the vow to Narcissa Malfoy to protect Draco Malfoy and fulfill his mission to Dumbledore, to kill him. Can you debunk this one?
Well, the only thing that I could come up with was that Voldemort maintained control not through loyalty, but by ensuring the fear of his retribution was greater than the desire to betray him. Can you imagine? Dead.
That's a good impression.
You thought I was good?
I guess, yeah. I mean, he does off people quite regularly, so yeah, maybe he is confident enough, as you say, in his reign of terror that he doesn't need it. But would you not even remotely consider it on some of those more shadier Death Eaters? Perhaps even like Peter Pettigrew, you go like, come on now, like, you're a bit ropes. Let's do this Unbreakable Vow because I don't trust your rat ass. Do you know what I mean? Like, you would do that because that's like the double insult to someone to say, I'm not just going to kill you. I'm going to kill you if you go back on me. Like, I don't know. It's like, why wouldn't you?
But he never shared his deepest secrets, such as the creation of his Horcruxes with his followers.
Well, no.
For good reason.
Why would you? Yeah. It's your one vulnerability.
Because if one of them does betray him, then, well, I mean, they're going to die anyway. But they've just shared all these different Horcruxes. I mean, he is a scary man. Wizard. Yeah. I don't know what he is at this point.
No. A shell of his former self.
Come, Nagini.
Is Voldemort in the room with us?
Maybe.
He does a good practicing. I have to say Unbreakable Vows, whilst he perhaps doesn't need to use it, sometimes he really should have.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Maybe.
We're going to do some trolling of the Slytherin students.
Oh, here we go. I know where this is going.
Yeah. In Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Professor Quirrell announces a troll is in the dungeons. A troll is in the dungeons!
That's a great impression.
It's not, but I'll try my best. Dumbledore then sends the students back to their common rooms. However, don't run! However, the Slytherin common room is located in the dungeons, meaning he sent them straight towards danger. Now, you could say, I guess, they had to go a certain way around, or they took harbour in the Great Hall, or they went to a different common room, not the Slytherin one, because logically you wouldn't do that, and maybe, the Slytherin prefects were told to do something else. I don't know if it's in the books.
It is a logical thing because Dumbledore knew that the teachers would A, spread out, and the dungeon B would be the first place they check.
Yeah. So it is a bit odd, but logic would dictate we weren't in on it, but you wouldn't send kids to their death. I mean, maybe some Slytherins because they're Slytherins, but
maybe they'll explain all of this in the TV series. When does it come out? Next year?
I think so. They're still filming, yeah.
Yeah. Are you going to watch it? You interested?
I am, because I do like Nick Frost. They haven't announced at the time of recording, this is really going to age it, who is going to be playing Voldemort. I think so. Look, because they can do so much more storytelling in, the episodes, like a 8-9 part series per year. I think they're looking to do multi-series, multiple years. I think they can cover so much more, and you can, I'm not sure if you've seen it online, but they've done the, or someone is spying using Google Earth or whatever, and has been insider videos of the sets of
Diagon Alley.
And whilst it looks like Diagon Alley, and if you said this is Diagon Alley, you go, yeah, of course it's it does look subtly different. Like they're narrower, but there's more restaurants and cafes, because naturally, why wouldn't people go there not just to shop to get their magical goodies, but why would they not spend time socialising? So those logical bits have been put in as well. But the commonality is Gringotts at the end, which is all imposing with the ivory kind of columns. It does look different, so it's not the same. It's slightly different, but it's definitely got that vibe. It's got Nocturne Alley, which does look dark and dingy and goes off into distance, and again it's very narrow, but it does look almost truthful to the vision, but not the same as Warner Brothers' effort. So I don't know. Like I think it'd be really interesting. And I'm hoping it's different, but it's very similar. Because if you watch a TV series and it goes or strays too far from what you know and love for the last 25 years, you'll go, I'm not sure if I like this.
I think
it's got to be familiar
of a TV series as well. If you do like hour-long episodes, and say season 1 is book 1, you can almost flesh out the stuff that wasn't in the films that is in the books into the TV series, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and there isn't too much to do in the first book, because it kind of, I think the pacing quite right for me in the Philosopher's Stone film. But maybe they spend more time in, say, Diagon Alley. Maybe they spend more time in the Leaky Cauldron. In other locations, perhaps we haven't read about or seen about. I assume she, who will not be named, is going to be creative director, some kind of executive producing, because this is her vision. So maybe we'll get more kind of unique but legit kind of Harry Potter land, Wizarding World vibe type stuff. Yeah, because I think she's part of it.
I preferred. I know we've disagreed this in the past. Goblet of Fire. Didn't like the film.
Nah, I loved it.
The book was way better.
100% agree.
Plus, Dobby is in that book. He actually assists Harry in helping to make the potion to breathe underwater.
Yeah. He has more of an active role. You're right, in the books.
You don't see him in that film. Not there at all.
No.
But hey, the book's better in my opinion.
No, don't.
It's not
disagree.
my favourite, but I think I always preferred the start of the Order of the Phoenix because it starts with that dark undertone. I know you could say Goblet of Fire ends with that dark tone, but it's
Is
the
that
way...
a little whinging where he gets attacked? What am I thinking? What's the beginning of the Order of Phoenix?
Him and Dudley get attacked in the park.
It is. Yeah, little whinging. Yeah.
Really good. Really good. But yeah.
But yes, that's the Sorcerer's Stone and trolling the Slytherin students.
Where are we next? Oh, here we go. Fidelius Charm. I hope you'll be able to help me with this one. My Potter lore is not strong. The Potters used the Fidelius Charm to hide from Voldemort, with Peter Pettigrew as their secret keeper. It is a major plot hole that they did not simply make one of themselves the secret keeper, as Bill Weasley did for Shell Cottage, which would have guaranteed their safety.
Yeah, so it's a charm, it's a spell that bestows upon someone or hides a location, but the weakness is someone has to basically... It's like the Unbreakable Vow.
Oh, okay. It's one of those sorts of spells.
Yeah. So the key mechanics is the secret is unrecoverable unless the secret keeper reveals it directly. If the secret keeper dies, those they confide in become new secret keepers, so it kind of transfers on. In the Potter's case, James and Lily Potter used it to hide in Godric's Hollow, appointing Peter Pettigrew, as you say. But then he betrayed them to Voldemort. So that's how they found out, because they entrusted the wrong person who just simply sold them down the river.
Well, that's it then.
Well, exactly. It seems almost like a semi kind of pointless plot thread. But in the case of the Potters, and I guess not for everyone else, because they had better choice of friends. Yeah. Now, some examples is, of course, 12 Grimmauld Place, the headquarters of the Order of the Phoenix, with Dumbledore as a secret keeper. So no one would really know unless Dumbledore told anyone. Godric's Hollow, of course, was the Potter family home. Shell Cottage, you say, was used during Deathly Hallows with Bill Weasley as a secret keeper. Logically, yes, you'd choose someone who had no chance of turning on you and they'd always be by your side. James or Lily. No brainer. They chose a family friend who was a bit shady, and guess what? He loved the old Dark Lord.
And he's a rat.
He's a bloody rat.
He's a bloody rat. Rat for life.
Now, some limitations and loopholes. If the secret keeper dies, the secret doesn't necessarily die with them, but those who knew it cannot share it with others until the charm is broken, as seen in Deathly Hallows regarding Grimmauld Place. If a location is shown directly to someone, e.g. in person, Dan, come with me. Before the keeper dies, they may be able to see it but not share it, so you then see the location, but you still can't tell anyone. It does not work on people who already know the secret. So the charm is considered one of the most potent defensive spells in the series, requiring total trust in the secret keeper. And that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is where they ultimately, fatally went wrong.
There we go. Plot hole, not really.
Not really. The Time Turner, Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh yes, this is how Hermione gets from lesson to lesson pretty effortlessly.
I don't have a counter to this because I also too struggle with the enormous power of this device. Hermione's given the Time Turner in her third year solely to attend more classes. I understand why Dumbledore gave it to her, because she would not use it for nefarious means unless she wanted to obviously punch Malfoy in the face, which she does, and everyone's celebrating it. It was, yay, go Hermione. But otherwise she used it for academic purposes, which totally does obviously make sense, and we all know she's straight-laced and she wouldn't do anything bad with it. Now, it's a significant plot hole that such a powerful magical object capable of changing history was used for something so trivial instead of fighting Voldemort or saving lives.
But changing the past can have detrimental effects on the future.
The butterfly effect.
Exactly. We've talked about this across many OTT episodes.
But does the principles of time really apply in the magical world?
Fair point.
I don't know. Apart from the Time Turner, I don't think JK really uses that as a plot device in any other of our books. I don't recall. We don't learn about time travel in any kind of real detail. Maybe mentioned in the past of maybe some of the books they're reading in school, but I don't think it's used. And I think therein lies an obvious issue, because Dumbledore has got, so what did I say? Prisoners. That's the second book. Dumbledore, though, he was fighting against who was the other professor in the other films that he was in love with, and he ended up going head to head with.
Oh,
the other bad wizard.
Beatrice?
No. It's in Magical Beasts, Somewhere to Find Them. Terrible sequels.
Oh.
And it was Grindelwald. So the question I have is, what if he was in possession of this amazing piece of magical technology, why would he have not saved all of those wizards' lives when Grindelwald went around pillaging Europe and killing muggles? Like, it just seems like he had an immense superpower. Even if I'm not saying, it almost goes back to your point, Dan, like, if someone went back in time, would they kill baby Hitler? I don't think it's the first time we even mentioned this on this.
Well,
on this
didn't
podcast.
they talk about this in Endgame as well, about going back and killing baby Thanos?
Yeah, and it's like, that's obviously too easy and too obvious. But, he in the film is like, oh yeah, don't turn it too far because otherwise you'll go too far back in time. And conversely, you can go forward in time by doing the opposite turns of the dial. But why would you not go, well, this shopkeeper died when these Death Eaters rampaged Hogsmeade? Why don't you go back in time and just save that one person? Do little nudges of time and help them. Why would you... I'm not saying you have to wholesale change the events and the course of history, but saving small people one at a time surely would be more a better use of that device than just giving it to a 12-year-old and going, go to a biology lesson? Like, just it does seem a little bit insane.
I've just Googled it. Primarily used in the series to allow Hermione to attend multiple classes simultaneously. Harry and Hermione used it to save Sirius Black and Buckbeak. It operates on a fixed timeline principle. What happened has always happened, preventing true changes to the past and preventing paradoxes.
But that's untrue, because she goes back in time, throws a stone at Hagrid's hut, takes the attention away from the professors and the Minister of Magic in his hut, enough time then to save Buckbeak, who in the first round of time actually dies at the hands of the executioner. Second time round, she creates somewhat of a branch of time and saves his life. So I don't wholly buy that excuse, that answer either.
Dangers. Serious harm can occur if used to travel back too far,
I get
or
that.
if the user is seen by their past self. Very Back to the Future stuff.
Yeah. Entropy and all that kind of stuff. I get that.
But yeah, that's all I've got.
I don't think I can satisfactorily say that one's covered off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for Dumbledore, who's such a staunch protector of the Wizarding World and of Muggles, I just find it very inconvenient that he hasn't done anything about that. He's seen an intelligent little girl and gone, I know anything I can get you. I shouldn't have favourites, but have this amazing magical device. Don't use it for nefarious means. Don't kill baby Hitler. But do go to those extra classes, okay? Good girl. Like, who would do that? Who would actually give the power of the gods to a little girl who could eat? Like, imagine if you pissed her off one day and she go, yeah, I'm not doing that detention. And they go, you come back, and she go, nope. Time turns back to when, he's I don't know, learning himself at school, and ends up pushing him into the water and drowning him. Imagine she's mental, goes absolutely off the reservation, and ends up killing all of the young professors before they end up teaching her in the future. Like, she could go proper mental, and I'd never know. He gave one of the biggest weapons known to humanity and Wizarding World to a little girl, purely for academic reasons. That's mental. Don't you think? Really? Yeah. Like, the amount of things that could go wrong. Like, if she did bump into herself face to face, that's like game over. What, he doesn't even explain the rules to her. He gives us some cryptic bullshit, in the hallway outside the infirmary. It says blah 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 blah. Twinkle fingers. See you later. And you're like, what?
You haven't explained the dangers of the time turner.
Like, you're off your fucking rocker, old man. Like, what are you talking about? And then she turns it, and then it's like, oh yeah, we've got to do this. Like, but how did you get that from the gobbledygook he just spouted? Like, just talk English, talk normal.
He was always full of riddles, though, wasn't he?
Yeah, but to who? Who does it benefit? Who does it? It doesn't benefit the kids. These fucking kids have got to face death and destruction at their school. Is that enough punishment? But no, he's got to talk in whimsical ways, and they've got to go, so what's that?
I mean, even before he dies, he says some riddle nonsense to Harry, and he's just like, yeah, just say, oh, I'm dead now. I'm flying out of a window.
Just say
into the courtyard.
Harry, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry. I absolutely fuck this. Don't talk some bullshit. I just don't. He doesn't help himself. I just don't understand. And you got these poor kids going, I have no idea what this goon just said, and is this safe? He doesn't even tell him about. I can't compute. Dan's crying. I'm crying out of pure incandescent rage. This guy is just incompetent. He should not be in charge of children.
Oh, I haven't laughed like that for a long time. Needed that.
Got a question for you.
Yeah, sure.
If you could go back in time for a fixed period, let's say within the space of a year, what time would you go back to?
So I can only go back within a year.
Can I do it once as well?
Ooh, okay, interesting. Could it be to relive something nice, or
Do we like?
interesting? You pose a good question. Still crying. Do you know what? I'd probably time turn back to being in Gdansk last week. That was nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Hopefully we've got some Polish people listening. Wonderful country, wonderful people, wonderful beer. What can I say? I stayed at a craft beer hotel. Amazing. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I can't go back to Japan because that was
Too far ago. Sorry.
2 years ago. Yeah, so it's going to be Gdansk.
Doesn't manage to go that far. Okay.
What about you? What are you doing?
In the last year, probably my son's birthday. Just been inside that. Went to stay at Legoland
Oh, amazing!
and stayed over at the hotel.
As you should.
It's phenomenal. It was such a lovely day. Clear blue skies, a bit chilly in spring, and spent the day on the park. Really enjoyed it. Smashed it. Had the VIP rides, and then we as we left, we said to him, "Okay, right, now I've got to go home. Yeah, sad, boo hoo hoo, blah blah." Gotcha. We're going into the hotel. He's like, what? We're at the car. And also, we parked the car just outside. So there's massive car park you might expect at a theme park if you haven't been, guys and girls. And like the hotel, like the huts and the houses all at the back, bolted onto the car park. So it's almost like two different sites. And we're next to the hotel. And so back of the car, open the boot. It's like, all right, let's get our stuff in the car. Took the bags out. It's like, psych, we're staying. He's like, what? It's like, yeah.
Oh, his little mind was blown.
It was amazing.
I love it.
It's fantastic to stay over there. It was really, really good. But yeah, that's where I'll go. It's back to Legoland.
So that was a time turner.
That was a time turner.
Onto the invisibility cloak.
Yeah, the all-seeing Mad Eye.
Indeed. Harry's invisible cloak is a deathly hallow described as infallible and able to hide the wearer from death himself.
Which in itself is quite an amazing piece of tech, right?
However, Mad Eye Moody's magical eye can see through it with ease, a clear contradiction of the cloak's legendary power.
So Mad Eye's eye... Mad Eye's...
Which is magical.
Mad Eye? Mad Eye's... Is it Mad Eye? Because you already said the eye?
Mad Eye?
But the eye's not mad.
No.
Mad Eye Moody. It's Moody who's mad, not the eye. So Mad Eye Moody's eye...
That's a tongue twister.
Yeah. Is more powerful than death.
Apparently so.
The Grim Reaper.
Now, again, the only logic that I still think this is a plot hole. Moody's eye is magic. He could see the Bogart in Grimmauld Place. The cloak is pure in the sense that it never wears out or loses power. But it still doesn't explain how something so powerful can be seen by a magical eye or be seen through. You know, you're hiding from death himself.
Yeah. Which surely, you know, is all powerful, all foreboding. But yet a prosthetic can. That does seem like the power's in the wrong place. Because what happens if someone who's got that technology or that magic then just tells death where you are? That's like a massive weakness of that item, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
I'm not buying it either.
So 3, I think, from a good couple that we haven't been able to really satisfactorily resolve. But I think we tried our best, though, to kind of give a counter to some of these.
Especially after the previous plot hole episodes, as I mentioned at the start of the episode.
Yeah.
We're trying, guys. We're trying.
We are. We certainly are. But yeah, those are all our current Potter plot threads.
You've missed out one.
Oh, is there?
The Polyjuice potion.
Oh, I haven't got that.
You haven't got that?
No, tell us.
The,
not all of them.
The Order of the Phoenix uses Polyjuice potion to create 7 Harrys to confuse Voldemort.
Of
during his
course.
transport.
Sorry, yes.
A much simpler and safer plan would have been to disguise Harry as a muggle and have him travel by non-magical means, which would not have triggered the Ministry's trace.
100%. Because actually, if anyone would know how to act and behave around muggles and to use muggle transport, it's going to be Harry. He knew for the first 11 years of his life how to mix with muggles because he thought he was one. So the only counter that could be...
is if Voldemort figured out that plan, disguising Harry as a muggle would have endangered the lives of innocent muggles like you and I.
Yeah. Or there was other ways to trace him, and the only way to do it and the quickest way to try and chance it from escaping was to do what he did. That's the only reason, why you would not go down the muggle route. I mean, slow, and you're open to risk, but how else would they be able to track him?
But yeah, that's it for our
That is literally it. We haven't got any more hidden
No.
up our sleeves. That was the last one.
We do have one from the listener though, Alex.
Oh yeah?
Should we go over to the listener?
Let's do it.
So this comes from regular listener Dan, my namesake. He said, the sorting hat is a magical living garment with the ability to read minds, futures and destinies. His actual use in the movie, decide what colour school uniforms children should wear.
Yeah.
We don't really see much of the sorting hat.
Got a question. Do you think they've ever washed it?
No.
Doesn't look it, does it?
I don't think so. He's a gammy looking bastard, isn't he?
Got another question.
Yeah.
What happens if one of the kids got lice?
Ooh, well, everyone's getting lice. We've got a lice problem in Hogwarts.
Correct.
A lot of itchy scalps.
What happens if there's a terrible skin condition that isn't fixed by magical means before it's plopped on the kid's head?
Ooh.
Spread to all those...
Yeah.
Like, it's just... Yeah. No, alternatives could say, oh yeah, well it's enchanted to automatically be immune or to fix any ailments as it's... fine, whatever. Yeah, fixed. Magic. Literally. Fine. And I know that's probably the answer, and I know that's probably a way around it. But I guess goes back to my question of, it clearly hasn't been washed. Don't you think... I don't know, Ben. But
It's good. It looks a bit smelly, right?
Yeah. It's a bit crispy. It's a bit slimy, a bit slippery. I would not want that on my head. Imagine the smell. Literally, I mean, how many kids in the school year? A couple of hundred.
Scabby leather.
Couple of thousand kids. No. Yeah, mate, I don't know. It goes into sixth form, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Hogwarts. So maybe what? I don't know. 1,000 kids a year?
It's a large school. There's a lot of kids.
That is a lot of... Over the course of maybe 10, 15, 20 years, that is a lot of kids passing through that school. No, that's not touching my head.
Shall we see how old the sorting hat is?
I think it even supersedes Dumbledore. 'Cause didn't he say he was sorted by it?
I believe so. How old is the sorting hat?
But who comes up with it? Who comes up with...
It's roughly 1,000 years old.
No, man. For the sole purpose of just telling people, to Dan's point, what school uniform you're going to wear. But it's got all this dormant power. Okay, got a question then.
Yep.
It is plopped onto the head of young Dumbledore. Tom Riddle. Would it not go, oi oi, got ourselves a wrong un. Dumbledore, old chum, let's off this knobhead before he ends up screwing up the wizarding world. Like, why wouldn't you not?
Yeah.
If he had that power, it's effectively made him a school uniform selector. But in reality, he's got so much more power to save the wizarding world from a lot of heartache and pain.
It listens to Harry. Oh, you'd be really good in Slytherin. Are you sure you wouldn't want to go in there?
Not Slytherin. Not Slytherin. Not Slytherin.
Oh. Gryffindor!
Gryffindor! Do you think anyone's tried to put their finger in his mouth?
All right.
Just like... Blah, 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 blah.
That's
about kids
You're
again,
going
though.
in Hufflepuff, you bastard.
Yeah, exactly. That'll teach you. Get your finger out of my mouth, you dirty little hobbit. Long IP, sorry. But yeah, like, would it be funny if it was like a really foul-mouthed hat? That'd be absolutely insane. Like, 1,000 years, man, you've seen all these shits come and go. You got it wrong with Tom Riddle, and then it's like plonked on freaking, I don't know, whoever's head, and you're like, oh, I've seen shits like you before. You could be a Ravenclaw. I don't know. Like, it just... You'd be so fucked off by that point, wouldn't you? Like, I've seen this. Dumbledore, and again... Like, the only time we take me off that bloody shelf is for 4 hours every term, every start of the year, and that's it. Like, I want to be out and about, seeing people, spend time with other hats, wash me. But no, you just take me off the shelf and put it back on there. And Fawkes, he shot me 4 times last week, flying around the office.
And why is the sword of Gryffindor coming out of me? Help me!
Out of my arse. My arse! Like, it just doesn't make... Yeah. I really have a lot of... I've never thought about it before. I really feel for the sorting hat. Imagine just being utilised for nothing other than just the class.
Oh dear, crying again.
I think that's a really intelligent plot hole from Dan, and actually, yeah, I think J.K. Rowling's got lots of answers for.
Dan, thanks for writing in with that
That's a
one.
really good one.
We both got a good laugh out of that as well.
That's banging. That's so good.
That was really good.
But we've gotten probably loads more plot threads and plot devices, and it might end up being that this is a volume 1. I'm not going to slap one on it because it might just be it.
Yeah.
But there could be a volume 2.
And we already know from the history of OTT that sometimes it takes us about 6 years to get around to doing a volume 2.
But by then, there could be, 4 seasons of the new Harry Potter programme?
Exactly.
Which means there's a whole lot more plot holes to talk about. So maybe. Let's not be too hard on ourselves.
No.
We've got new things to talk about soon.
Loads.
But putting that to one side and talk about volume 2, what else have we got to talk about coming up at this point?
I mean, at the point of recording, this is it.
There's loads. There's loads we've talked about.
Mm.
This is recording the past, talk about the future, which we've got loads. But yeah, what have we got after this? We've got the Vault episode.
We've got the Vault episode. But at the time of recording, you're going away next week. We've already got a load in the back catalogue. Although, when this releases...
Pre-recorded in the future.
Thanks.
Timey-wimey, time-turner stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is there anything that takes your fancy?
Well, we're going to try and do a pubcast with a couple of friends.
Oh, yes.
To do
favourite JP
Jurassic
moments.
Park moments.
Yeah.
Just got to make stars line for that one.
Got a birthday.
We do have our birthday.
There's probably going to be a couple of
May.
episodes into the future because that's beginning of May, isn't it?
We celebrate on May the 17th.
Mid-May. So
8 years.
maybe about 4 or 5 weeks between episodes.
Just going through the lists of things that are nice.
Well, we haven't done it on the go recently.
No, we haven't.
And there's a film out just being released I do want to see.
Yeah?
Project Hail Mary.
Don't know it, but I'm up for. Was it mentioned in Most Anticipated?
Yeah, I think because we talked about it with whatchamacallit, who was filming on the pier in Portsmouth.
Oh yes, yeah, I know.
Mr. La La Land.
Yeah, I know that we mean.
We'll call him Ryan
Gosling.
Gosling.
Yeah.
good-looking Gosling. So he effectively is a high school science teacher who apparently humanity turns to, of all people, when I think the sun's dying or going to go supernova, and he gets sent far-flung into space and meets another alien who's also got a similar issue, and either their star or they share our star, and they're both got to work together. It's quite a touching film, apparently. But it's based on the book. Apparently the book's very good.
I'll have a look at the trailer when I get in.
Have a look, see if it takes your fancy. That's one that I wanted to see, but either way, I mean, we've got films coming up, so we must have it on the go at some point. But conversely, look, if there's anything that you guys want us to cover off, we've done retrospective film reviews. So if you've got a favourite film that perhaps you're thinking it's well overdue being on OTT, then give us a shout, let us know, and consider adding it to the list.
We'll figure it out. You can get in contact with us. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky at On The Topic Pod. It's also the same with TikTok, but I wouldn't bother with TikTok because I'm too lazy. I don't have the mental headspace.
It's a lot of effort, isn't it?
It's a lot of effort.
You've got to do a dance routine.
Five platforms is enough. And then we've also got Gmail, which is on the topic podcast at gmail.com. And Alex got YouTube and WordPress.
Yeah, our website is on topicpodcast.wordpress.com. Go give it a visit. See how ugly mugs, our bios, and our whole back catalogue is on there for you to listen at your leisure. If you don't have a podcast player of preference, and we've got some bonus content there as well, sprinkled in between those episodes, where we sometimes write about our experience, our thoughts, or expand on the episode that we've just covered. And then we've got YouTube. It's at OTTGITS or On Topic Podcast with Alex and Dan. Go give it a visit, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you can be notified when an episode drops.
Please do.
The other reason why you want to be on YouTube is we have lovingly curated all of these episodes. If you like all the film episodes, film reviews, they're all in there. If you want all of the MCU stuff, that's all together. If you want all of the on-the-goes, they're all together. You don't have to be flicking around. I've got them all in a playlist. You can just plug and play and enjoy at your leisure. But we've got Spotify, haven't we?
We do.
And Spotify, for the OG who are listening to the very end of this episode, what is going to be the word of the week?
Oh, that is a good choice. A good question. It is going to be... There
you go.
But you've got to spell it like
it's said.
Like it's said by...
a deranged dark wizard. Yeah. Good old Voldy. Okay, so if you're still listening, then type that in the comments below, be part of the show, and let us know who you are, and you could be our star listener of the episode.
Please do that. Well, that's it for another week. I'm off to turn my time turner. I'm going back to Gdansk. I've been Dan.
I'm going to neck a load of truth serum and go tell people what I think of them. I'm Alex.
We'll see you next time.